What is going on, guys? We are back at Columbia Powersports, and today we are doing the Ryker. As you can see, this is the 900 model, so it's an inline 3. It is kind of the middle of the road as Rykers go, because it goes 600, 900, and then the Rally Edition, which is the 900 with a little bit different suspension and tires. More aggressive off-road tires. They're a little bit more knobby. They got smaller rims, so you can fit a bigger sidewall on there, so it's more comfortable. And then it has the different suspension as well. So this is what all three of them look like side by side. This one's very wild because it's the first, pretty much, you can think of it as a automatic motorcycle that I know of. You know, for the past almost 10 years, maybe, Can-Am made the semi-automatic. You know, you push a button just like a dual clutch type of situation, but this one's fully automatic. There's no buttons to push, it's one gear. And this key, they just use like their off-road key, so it's like a ball and socket. It just goes in the side. And it does have a parking brake since there are no gears. So to start it up, we do run and then start, and you'll get the little screen, and then you twist the throttle forward, and that's how it is. So now it'll start up. Oh, you also need your foot on the brake. So now it'll start up, and you'll take the parking brake off, and then it does have two gears, forward and reverse. So you'll notice on the screen it says F for forward. So right now we're in park because the parking brake's on, so we take that off and it's in forward, and then we go down to this selector down here on your left foot, and you pull it back, and now you're in reverse. Go back up, and it has flashing lights, so everybody knows that you're backing up. And then you just push it in forward, and you know, you're ready to go. And that's that. So you can kind of think of this as a big moped type of device, because it kind of has like a CVT transmission. So even though there are no gears, it's still one gear. Another nice feature, since it is kind of like an open wheel design, it has little flares at the bottom so you don't get mud or water thrown up at you. So like I was saying, this is the 900 model, and it's an inline 3. The 600's an inline 2, but you know, it's pretty quick. To me, the Can-Am 3-wheel series all kind of feel like ATV setups you can drive on the road. You know, if you've ever driven or ridden on an ATV, it kind of feels like that in the corners. But then you get the motorcycle aspect, so it's a very interesting and pretty much one-of-a-kind experience. I actually find myself going more on the left side of the road because that's usually where I ride on a bike. But this one you can just ride in the middle because, you know, it's the whole lane almost. Alright, so it's still pretty quick from a 40. You know, so say you're going, you need to pass somebody like the garbage truck. It is very capable of doing that. Very much so. Yo. Oh man, that's weird. That's weird, but it feels good. It's very odd because usually you don't take a corner like that going 40 on a four-wheeler. And it's not like you're sitting in a car seat, you know, it's, you kind of have that motorcycle feeling, so you can lean side to side and all this. So it's very, very interesting. What I plan on doing, little city, little highway, and then a little city. So we're on the way to the highway right now, and you know, doing potholes here and there. It's fine. This road kind of sucks. Let's see how brakes are. The brakes seem a little soft, but the engine also brakes a lot for you. Yeah, I didn't even feel that one on the left up there. This is actually very smooth. I haven't driven it more than in the parking lot, so you know, come to find out, it's very, very smooth transmission. So here's a pothole we can't avoid. Shakes the bars a little bit, but still not very noticeable. Another fun feature this has is auto canceling turn signals. So I'm not sure how, because you don't lean, but it detects when you finish turning. I'm assuming it's the position of the handlebars, just like in a car. You know, when it detects the wheel go past a certain point, it cancels the turn signal. But that's pretty cool. I kind of like that feature, because a lot of times I'll forget I put the turn signal on. It's just nice to have that feature. Oh my god. Oh man. Alright, let's see how it is on the highway. So 60, that's a lot of wind. Alright, let's see. Yeah, it can get up there. Yeah, a windscreen, which is an option that you can have, would be very nice right about now, because there's a lot of wind. But it still has power at 70. That's pretty crazy. I would not suspect this thing to be, you know, still have a lot of torque at that speed, because I believe this tops out around 110-ish. Oh, also watch the arrow. So for this to pull like that at 70, pretty crazy. Alright, so watch the arrow, and it's gone. Yeah, but merging, getting into different lanes if you have to go ahead of somebody, this can do it. It's very good at getting out of hairy situations, for sure. I also believe the foot pegs and the handlebar are adjustable. So right now I'm a little, again, I'm 6 foot, I'm a little scrunched right now. So one thing I would do is have the foot pegs extended, because the seat doesn't move, right? But put the foot pegs forward. The handlebars feel all right. I mean, I'm sure they could go forward a little bit, but main thing for me is the foot pegs. But this is just how it comes set up from the crate. When the dealership gets it and services it, they can choose whatever setting they want, but usually they just leave it on whatever the factory ships it out at, and then we adjust it when the customer buys it. But another thing, people stare at this. A lot of people have just, you know, turned their head, taken out their phone. It's a very strange thing to see on the road, because it's pretty new and there's not a lot out there, and people don't really know what it is because there hasn't been anything like it. So this is definitely an attention grabber. You sit a little bit higher than a sedan, and you're also a lot wider than a normal motorcycle. So visibility on this, you know, from the back, or you being in someone's mirror, is pretty good. Trucks, they're still taller, so they're gonna have to look down at you, but you are wider. Yeah, the engine braking on this is really good. Like, I did not use the brakes at all when it came to a stop. Alright, let's see how it does going into a corner like this. So, brake. And then we'll throttle out. Oh yeah, that's really good. That's a feeling I haven't ever really felt. You don't get that in cars, you don't get that in bikes, because in bikes you're leaning over, so that's pretty wild to feel that. But my body does want to correct. If this leans one way or the other, my body wants to correct that like I would on a bike. But I can't, so I find times where I'm like this. So it's just something to get used to also. Little tire squeal. I'm pretty sure this has like traction control built into it, if I'm not mistaken, and ABS. And I'm not sure you can turn those off because I don't see any ways to. There's no buttons or anything. Pretty much wherever you are, you give it gas, it'll get up and go. And the mirrors on it are, you know, not terrible. I can still see stuff. I just usually don't like round mirrors. These are pretty good for me not liking them. I can see a lot, or, you know, enough. And stock exhaust isn't too loud. I think you get more motor noise and exhaust note. That can be improved upon. I tend to find Two Brothers exhaust are the loudest across the board, so if you're just looking for volume, I'd go with Two Bros. But I know kind of Akrapovic and Yoshi tend to sell more with the Spiders. Even though this isn't a Spider, this is Ryker, same platform, you know, Can-Am Roadster family. Oh boy. And hit it. And here we are. I know I didn't say a lot for the last little bit, but this is a very fun experience. And that's that. So to just turn it off and park it, you just kill it. Turn the parking brake on so it stops beeping. And then take the key out. And like the screen will stay on, the lights will stay on, but that'll go away after about 30 seconds or so. Also in the month of June right now, they're having like a, you buy a Ryker, you get $750 worth of like accessories for free. So, you know, you can put on a windshield, a back seat, a bag in the back. You can change up the color of it if you wanted. You can do a lot to these. There's a lot. You can put a light bar on the front. So yeah.